Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Maverick Moses. I am a writing coach and author of the soon-to-be self-published YA dark urban fantasy novel, Karma's Children. As you may have noticed from the title of this video, today I am doing the AuthorTube Newbie Tag. I am definitely a little late to the party here as I have been doing AuthorTube for about 3 months now, but better late than never, right? This tag was originally created by Jenna Streety, and after she created it, authors across YouTube have answered these same questions, so stay tuned to learn more about me and my journey as a writer. Number 1. How did you find out about AuthorTube? Well, the first author I discovered on YouTube when searching for writing advice was Jenna Streety. With over 100,000 subscribers, the YouTube algorithm definitely liked promoting her to new users. So after I followed her for some time, I actually realized that there were other authors doing the same thing, and those authors were Kristen Martin and Kim Chance. After getting more serious about writing my own novel, I decided that it was time for me to start growing my author platform, so I decided to do that in 2 ways, on Instagram and on YouTube. So I decided to start a writing tips channel just like those awesome authors that I mentioned earlier, to share my writing knowledge that I've gained throughout my years as a writer. But I actually didn't know that it was called AuthorTube until Kristen Martin actually created her AuthorTube retreat back in April, and that's when I really started diving into the community of AuthorTube and reaching out and connecting to other AuthorTubers across social media. Number 2, what genres do you write in? Well, my current work in progress, Karma's Children, is a dark urban fantasy, so definitely that. And many of my other book ideas that I plan on doing in the future also fall in the same genre. However, some of my book ideas do fall in the horror genre, so I do hope to do some horror in the future as well. Number 3, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? I like writing in third-person present tense, and Karma's Children actually follows this as well. Present tense is really unique, and not many writers use it because it can be really hard to stay consistent, but I find that it's well worth it in the end because present tense allows me to really feel like I'm a part of the story, like I'm living side by side with the characters. I also enjoy writing first-person past tense, and several of my book ideas that I plan on writing in the future will follow that. Number 4, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? I am primarily a plotter. Before I started writing Karma's Children, I outlined and plotted out the entire book from start to finish. But I will say that about 10% of the time, I do turn into a pantser when I find that my characters are driving the plot line in a way that I didn't originally plan. My writing coaching services are actually specifically geared towards helping writers get started on their awesome book idea by helping them with the plotting and outlining process. Even if you've already started writing, you can still benefit greatly from a plotting and outlining coach, so I'll link my info down below in the description so you can take a look at that and learn more about my one-on-one coaching services. Number 5, are you a self-published, published, or yet-to-be published author? I am a yet-to-be self-published author. I've weighed the pros and cons between self-publishing and traditionally publishing, and I've found that self-publishing is the best fit for me, at least starting out as an author. I might make a video soon listing the pros and cons that I found and how they influenced my decision to go the self-publishing route. So comment down below if you would like to see that, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and have rung that little bell icon so that you can be notified when I do post that video in the future. Number 6, what publishing company, literary agent, and/or printing company are you represented by or use? If you're not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and/or literary agent? As I said, I have decided to pursue the self-publishing route, so I honestly don't have a dream literary agent or publishing house as of yet because I haven't done research into each of them specifically. I'm sure that will change in the future as I continue to grow as an author, and who knows, maybe self-publishing my novels now will help grow my platform in a way that attracts publishers to me in the future. As for my printing company, right now I'm in the weighing of the pros and cons process between using Ingram Spark or CreateSpace to publish the actual physical book of Karma's Children. But y'all will be the first to know when I decide on that down the road in the future. Number 7, What AuthorTube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? You will of course see videos like the ones that I have been doing so far, where I share a list of tips and tricks regarding a specific writing related topic. In addition to that, I plan on starting a new segment called How Writers Can Learn from Blank, and talk about a book and how writers can learn from what the author did in his or her own book. But I am also looking forward to doing more casual videos with tags, such as my Story Ideas writing tag video, as well as vlogs. I'm also planning on starting up videos that will allow me to tell you more about my current work in progress, Karma's Children. Number 8, when did you start writing? I started writing Karma's Children back in December, but in general, I have been writing for as far back as I can remember. I was homeschooled, so my mom/teacher encouraged me to write stories from the time that I knew how to write. Number 9, what was the first story you ever wrote? The first official book-like story that I ever wrote was called The Land of Maverick. I wrote it when I was about 9 years old, and when I was 10, my parents actually used lulu.com to print it into an actual physical book for me. I recently checked and my book is still on their database, so maybe sometime in the future I'll do a video where I do a reading to you of my first story, The Land of Maverick, so let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. I know it will be extremely cringy, but I'm willing to take that embarrassing sacrifice for you. Number 10, what authors have inspired your writing the most? There's kind of been an arc to this. When I was a kid, I really enjoyed reading books by Brian Jacques, and his Redwall series definitely inspired me to create imaginative worlds where talking animals exist and go on adventures together. My book that I mentioned earlier, The Land of Maverick, that I wrote when I was a kid, actually follows this as well. As a teen, the author I looked up to most was Rick Riordan, and his Percy Jackson and the Olympian series was definitely one of the first moments that I realized I really enjoyed urban fantasies. As a new adult, I found myself reading more of the greats like Edgar Allan Poe, William Shakespeare, and Harper Lee, and I was inspired by their use of metaphors, symbolism, and foreshadowing. I also have been inspired by Shonda Rhimes, the creator and writer of the hit TV show Grey's Anatomy, and because of her, I aspire to be the kind of writer where anything goes and can hit the reader in the heartstrings by not being afraid to kill off characters. Each of these writers have definitely played an integral part in my journey as a writer, and to this day, I still find inspiration from all of them. Number 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you can find the time? A little of both. I definitely try writing and doing other author platform related things whenever I can, but I do find that I am feeling the most inspired at night. I'm definitely a night person in that I feel the most energized and inspired when it is dark outside, so I typically start the day by doing a little bit more of the menial tasks because my brain hasn't totally shut on yet. But as I go into the afternoon and evening and nighttime, I do more of my writing because that's when I'm feeling the most inspired. Number 12, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? Well, I do write my book using my computer, and specifically I like using Google Docs because my laptop is 10 years old and likes crashing at random times. So the Google's autosave feature is definitely super helpful in those cases. But I do like writing and brainstorming my book ideas by hand using my bullet journal. When I find that my book idea is ready to be developed further, I take it to the computer. I typically write in my local Starbucks where I'm a regular at, and all of the baristas know me, but I also find myself writing in places around my house, specifically my bedroom, my office, and my dining room. I try to switch up locations at least twice a day to avoid getting myself into a rut. And lastly, number 13. What are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of AuthorTube? I am most looking forward to sharing my writing knowledge that I have gained over the years and connecting with readers, book lovers, and other writers. But I am also definitely looking forward to continuing to grow my author platform so that I'm able to share my writings with all of you. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit more. As I'm still new to this AuthorTube thing, I really appreciate every new subscriber, so please hit that subscribe button and help support my channel. After you subscribe, comment down below if you're an AuthorTuber and I'll check out your channel as well. Be sure to also follow me on Instagram for behind the pages insights into my life and work in progress. Thanks again for watching, y'all. Bye!